G'day, have I got a story for you? Check the disclaimer. Orange cream bickies today. Season 1, Episode 11. What is she? Previously, Dr. Ivan slumps to the floor, sobbing loudly, not caring if anyone hears him. Continues. But I care. No one will hear him. After a while, when Dr. Ivan regains his composure somewhat, he tries the door handle. But there is a lock on the door, and he cannot get to his children. He looks at them in the row of chairs with other children who look similar. He is relieved that they are not all identical, but wonders if they are all biological siblings. He looks at the door to the room his wife is in, sees the lock, and does not know what to do. He has never felt so hopeless or forlorn in his life. He sits on the floor, leaning against the door, wondering when the mind control programs will end and when the lab assistants will return to disconnect them. These doors didn't have locks years ago when Dr. Ivan was an intern, interested in the mind control program. I know why the locks are on the doors. Occasionally these people have been found aimlessly wandering in the facility when the power surges interrupt their cycles. Earlier I saw it in the thoughts of the lab assistant who was exiting the room where his children are. I hear Ambrielle again.
You can easily deal with those locks.
I do not know why, but I instinctively believe her, as though she has proven herself to me time and time again. I wish I could remember those times. I'm remembering so many other things today. I hope I am able to connect with Deep Voice again one day. Was it the connection with him that cleared away the fog? I tell Dr. Ivan not to worry in his thoughts and go in and unlock the door locks for him. Yeah, with my mind. I also unlock various other locks on a few of the levels nearby, so if discovered, hopefully no one will realize what is happening. Wow, everything seems so easy, as though a part of my mind has been freed. Thank you, Deep Voice Man. What is that? What are those rumblings I have been hearing from beneath? Is something happening in the deepest levels? Is that another connection in my mind? Deep Voice Man? I am not sure. Oh. Suddenly, this new person connects with me, so I also connect with him. I don't know how, but I knew it was safe to do so. Our minds merge just for a moment, but in that moment we share everything. It is as though we know everything there is to know about each other in less than a second. I hear Ambrielle say,
Hi, big guy.
The voice answers her.
Hi, Squirt.
Have they met before? He is quickly looking for this Squirt with his mind, but does not find her. More than anything else, this person has always wished that he had a name. Not just any name, a name that fits with him perfectly. Each time he hears someone else's name used, it reminds him that he is nobody. This is so sad. During our connection, I learned exactly who this man is, And I know the perfect name for him. It means defender of the people. I think that name meanings are important. As we disconnect, I quietly let him know that until he chooses his name, or someone names him, I would like to call him Alistair. Oh, what has happened? I suddenly have access to even more of my memories. Oh, I have to ignore the awful ones, which seems to be most of them. My mind is unusually clear, as though this brief new connection has helped me be able to think more clearly, and I know more things I can do that I had completely forgotten. I hear my thoughts telling Dr. Ivan to
Stop panicking. Stop sobbing and get up. There will be time for all that emotional stuff later.
Or was that Ambrielle telling him? Dr. Ivan, the doors are unlocked. Please, you need to hurry. Dr. Ivan does not believe that I can unlock doors. He does not even try to open them. So I open both doors for him and leave them ajar, while simultaneously opening some other unlocked doors. As he feels the door he is leaning on him move, he gets up and rushes into the room. Oh, the mangler! Oh, is roughly putting stickers with wires attached on me himself. I am sure there will be bruises under each sticker. There is no one else here besides the two big men who are standing near the door. I can see in the mangler's thoughts that usually he has someone else to do this. He considers this beneath him, something that a lowly servant would do. However, not as lowly as he considers the bodyguards. I can see in his mind who seem to be his preferred servants. They are identical triplets that he also uses as breeders, as he calls them. They are very small women with red hair and very hollow, sad-looking green eyes. He often seems to be preoccupied with thoughts and memories of horrific experiments, his victims often being twins and triplets. In fact, any multiple births. I am so cold. He asks.
Do you know how to make coffee?
I answer, yes, it is simple. Just ground up the coffee beans. I notice that Ambrielle would like me to find out how his office woman, Stella, makes a cup of coffee for him. I access Stella's mind. She is where we first entered this facility at her desk, and hear my voice answer.
To make a cup of coffee, boil water, 1 spoon of coffee, sometimes sugar and sometimes milk.
I remember this happening before. Ambrielle speaking with my voice.
Make me a cup of coffee.
He orders.
From where you are sitting, do it with your mind.
I stay seated and check the kettle with my mind, which is at the back of the large room. It has water in it, so I turn it on. I pick up a spoon with my mind, and at Ambrielle's request, I swirl it in the air as I did before, a few times, while I take the lid off the coffee. The mangler watches a cup float through the air and hover near the coffee. Then the swirling spoon puts a spoon of coffee in the cup. The sugar bowl flies over to the coffee cup and hovers there next to it. I already know that he has a spoon of sugar, but I hear my voice ask.
Would you like sugar?
The mangler says.
1 spoon.
He seems very pleased, although he is trying not to show it. I put a spoon of sugar in his cup, then drop the spoon in the cup and close the coffee jar. I gently put the cup and sugar bowl back on the table. The water has not boiled yet, so while the mangler goes over to look at all the sheets of paper coming off the contraption in different areas, I take this opportunity to check Dr. Ivan. Dr. Ivan cannot wake his children, and he is not entirely sure which of the women is his wife. They are all so similar. All are attached to machines and seem to be part-way through some sort of a cycle. Knowing that the lab assistants in charge of the rooms will not be back until the cycle is completed, he is unsure what to do, and he knows he cannot carry all three, his wife and 2 children. I communicate with him in his thoughts. See the woman on the far right? I think she is your wife. She has memories of you and your children. You could try saying, the Queen of Diamonds. You would need to say it out loud, not just in your thoughts. I remember this being said to wake other women. He takes the headphones off the woman's ears, hoping that I am right. He says the code words and his wife Linda wakes up, along with 2 of the other women near her who also heard his voice. The other 2 women still have headphones on, so after taking the rest of the attachments off Linda, he helps to remove headphones and attachments for the 2 other women as well. All 3 women are very disoriented, being interrupted partway through a cycle. He explains everything to Linda a few times and asks her to follow him, but I can see that she has no idea what he is saying. It is as though he is speaking another language to her. He will need her help to carry their son if the Queen of Diamonds code word does not work for their children, and he suspects that it will not. Dr. Ivan will carry their daughter, who is older than their small son. Linda and the 2 other women are not sure what is happening, where they are, or what to do. They are not even sure who they are. I go into their minds and simultaneously gather up all those odd, mechanical thoughts. I gently push them aside and then tell them everything that I think each of them need to know. I explain to them over and over again until they understand. All 3 wonder if they are dreaming. Everything in their minds, it is also vague and uncertain. Linda follows Dr. Ivan and picks up their son anyway, and he and his family head towards the elevators, which is the only way, it seems, to the surface. Speaking mind to mind is so fast. The thought conversations that these women and I had should have taken quite a while, but in reality, only a few seconds had passed. Have I done this before? Maybe for Lola? Yes. I remember pushing aside odd thoughts in her mind many times. Suddenly, I feel the same connection again, so I also connect with him. Our minds merge again, and together we carefully move a painting that is in the depths of this chasm. We secure an air pocket around it and bring it from the lowest level directly up 2 levels, dealing with ceilings, floors, dirt and rocks. When we are finished, it is leaning against the wall at the end of the hall, directly in front of him. This painting could be the only thing that makes all our plans work. I hear him thanking me as we disconnect. The mangler says to me,
What are you doing?
I am sitting here, waiting for the water in the kettle to boil, I answer. Can he not see for himself that is what I am doing? I have not moved.
No!
The mangler says.
I mean, what are you thinking?
Well, right now I am thinking that I know what are you doing is not what you meant, but it is what you said, I reply. So I answered what you said out loud, not what you thought. People often ask one thing, but think something else. The mangler is still listening, so I continue. People expect spoken questions to be answered, not the thought questions. Did you know that a lot of people do not even know that the thought questions even exist? It is as though their minds just don't notice. The mangler frowns as though he's deep in thought, and I am not going to check what those thoughts are. His thoughts are so often just awful. He says,
Well, now I am saying this question out loud. What were you doing in your mind?
I was thinking, I answer. How did he not know that? Thinking is what the mind does. Is that not obvious? The mangler keeps checking the data, and I hear my voice continuing to speak.
Did you know that ice cream has to be kept in a freezer? Otherwise, it will not be ice cream, just cream.
In my thoughts I ask, Ambrielle, why are you saying these things with my voice? Ambrielle answers,
Distractions.
and I can see that she is amused.
Actually, not just cream, because ice cream melts into a liquid, like milk. But not milk. It is far too sweet to be milk, not the kind of thing one would want to put on their cereal or in their coffee. I know your coffee would taste so odd if the milk was substituted for ice cream. Then it would be coffee-flavoured ice cream, or ice cream-flavoured coffee. And who would waste perfectly good ice cream like that anyway? Ice cream is meant to be served cold. That's why it's called ice cream. It comes in so many flavours, like chocolate, chocolate chip, chocolate
This is interesting.
chocolate, strawberry.
I suppose it would be more interesting for people who have actually tasted ice cream.
Maybe some use real strawberries and others don't. Then there is cherry, cherry vanilla, cherry tart, French vanilla cherry nugget, Lorraine cherry, burgundy cherry, black sweet cherry, cherry coconut, coconut sherbet, coconut fudge, choconut, coconut pineapple, cherry pineapple, tropical island pineapple, pineapple nut, pineapple sherbet, pineapple tang, and orange sparkle. I doubt it actually sparkles. I guess they just want the flavour to sound exciting? Sometimes people use too many words to describe something so simple. And sometimes people do not use enough words to communicate effectively at all. Oh, and then sometimes people use the wrong words altogether and everyone is confused. There is also banana ice cream, banana berry, banana cherry nut, banana strawberry split, chocolate banana, raspberry sherbet, blue raspberry, black raspberry, red raspberry royale, peach, peaches and cream, vintage peach, party peach. How come the peach party? It is a fruit. Perhaps that ice cream flavour is only meant to be eaten at parties. Seems a little restrictive. Would they sell more if it could be eaten anytime? There's also bubblegum, fairy floss, peanut butter chocolate, white chocolate, rocky road, caramel, butterscotch, butterscotch pecan, almond butterscotch royale, western almond, chocolate almond, lemonade, lemon drop, pink lemonade. Would pink lemonade taste the same as lemonade? Would the only difference be the colour? Why not have a different flavour instead of just changing the colour of an already existent flavour? I wonder if anyone has tried every flavour.
I can still hear Ambrielle talking about ice cream with my
There is
voice.
also milk chocolate pecan,
I wonder if we have done this sort of thing before.
mango sherbet, blueberry sherbet, vanilla blueberry parfait.
I don't remember this
Mint chocolate chip,
happening.
vanilla chocolate fudge, maple fudge walnut,
Or do I?
apple la mode, hokey
Oh,
honeycomb
my
pistachio.
memories.
Rum and raisin? That sounds horrible. Why would anyone want raisins in their ice cream? French vanilla seems to be the most common flavour for ice cream, though. Is that because it is the most popular, or because it is the easiest to make? Did you know people use French vanilla ice cream for making milkshakes and sundaes? There are so many things people add to ice cream to create sundaes. Some people add banana to French vanilla ice cream and call it a banana split. There are so many toppings for ice cream, like different flavours of syrup, chocolate, strawberry, vanilla, peppermint, caramel, butterscotch, honeycomb, toffee, fudge, maple syrup, hazelnut, blueberry, raspberry, pineapple, cherry, white chocolate, fairy floss, bubblegum, blue heaven. I suppose spreads can be used with ice cream to make sundaes, or even a milkshake, like peanut butter or almond butter, Nutella, honey, lemon curd, apple butter, and so many jams. Raspberry, strawberry, blueberry, blackberry,
How does an angel speak with my
berry
voice?
fruits of the forest, marmalade.
Is Ambrielle an angel? I like the idea of having my own guardian angel.
Fruit can also be
Is
added.
that who she is?
Strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, grapes, cherries, pineapple, mango, passion fruit, pear.
Ambrielle, she has such a beautiful
Fruit
name.
could probably make some very nice flavoured milkshakes. Or would they be considered smoothies? Lollies can be added to ice cream too. Sprinkles seem like they were made for ice cream. Or maybe cake. Then there are marshmallows, mints, lollies, chocolate, Smarties. Oh, and nuts like almonds, cashews, hazelnuts, macadamia nuts, peanuts, pecans, pistachios, walnuts, or maybe mixed nuts, or mixed fruits, or mixed lollies. Oh, and crushed biscuits are good for ice cream toppings too. Crushed Anzac, butternut snap, chocolate chip, ginger nuts, Kingston's, melting moments, milk arrowroot, mixed slice, Monte Carlos, Oreos, shortbread, Scotch fingers, Tim Tams, wafers, wagon wheels. Can you imagine if someone put all those toppings on one ice cream? There would be more everything else, and the ice cream would probably melt before the spoon even touched it. Ice cream can be served in a cone or in a cup, but I think for a sundae it's usually served in a bowl. You would need a bowl with all those topping flavours, and of course, space is needed on top for the whipped cream and the cherry on top.
How does an angel know so much about ice cream?
Every time you eat.
Maybe Ambrielle is not an angel.
Every day for your whole life,
But
and never have the same.
If she is not, what is she?